All right. Welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Shadows of the Past. We are joining Heinrich, our usual hero, along with a special guest, Galdor Fantor, for this special one shot session. Heinrich, you find yourself in a tavern, a very small farm village tavern run by local peasants. They have never heard of you here in the boonies where this small village is located, and that is just fine by you. You have come looking for a capable hand to help you as you look for more evidence of von Liechtenstein being a dark creature of the night, and therefore, if you can out him and expose him, you hope to rally enough supporters to drive him off or even kill him. And so,
That's the point.
what's that?
That's the point.
Yeah. And so as you have been, searching around, digging up whatever evidence and everything that you can, you have discovered that there is a tunnel, a cave that leads back into the crypt of von Liechtenstein's family. And you're hoping to find that like some of the tombs of his ancestors are empty, proving that it's just a line of vampires. Um, you know, some kind of evidence. You think that you can find something in the crypts that will help support your case against him, and so you want to go investigate it. But in case you have to, dig up anything or lift heavy lids off a sarcophagi, you know that you're going to need a set of hands with you. And to that extent, you have come to this small village seeking help from, someone brave enough and willing to accompany you. So you walk in the door of this small straw thatched roof building, and you see a peasant maid standing behind the bar serving dark ale to peasant farmers looking to, get something to drink before they go back to their peasant houses and sleep in their peasant beds. And so you walk through, you see tables lit by candlelight and sour, glum faces of men who work very hard for very little pay for a living. You also see a young man dressed in dark clothing sitting at a table by himself. You walk through the door. What do you do?
Well, I was looking for someone to hire, and the only one with actual armor on him is sitting right there. So I will not delay. I'll approach him. Hello, young fellow.
Hello.
Uh, would you be available and inclined for a little work tonight?
I am looking to make a bit of coin.
Then we found the guy. I have a bit of coin. So, how about we just talk silently, not to alert the others. Basically, the the job is a one shot. After that, we probably should not see each other again. And it's simple. We have to go into a crypt and find information in the
Good.
crypt. So I will just keep it at that for Doug. Are you up for it for a nice little pay?
Sounds interesting.
All right. It's gonna be 20 gold plus half of what we find in the crypt that can be resold.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how it is. You good?
So Galdor, you were enjoying, a little respite from being outside in the weather here, and because it's always rainy and nasty here in Carpathia, and so you were soaked through to the bone for the last few days, and you've been drying off and enjoying a warm meal, and so Heinrich, you also know that having ridden for most of the day, this is your last chance to get food in your belly before you set off. Are you guys going to set off tonight while it's still dark, or in the morning when it's light?
We should set off when it's light, because if we set off when it's dark, the thing that we'll be investigating could decide to hunt us, which is not good. So let's do it during the day. How about we just have a nice rest in this inn, a dry bed, warm food.
Let's do that.
Yeah, so we'll set up in the rising sun.
Yeah, and so the first thing that you notice is that this is a tavern. So you're going to have to ask about rooms here in the town. You didn't see an inn on your way in, so you're not really sure what is available.
Excuse me, milady, but do you have rooms for rent?
I'm no lady, and this is a tavern. We don't have no rooms here, as you see.
All right. Are you aware of any place where we could rest?
Yeah, old Mitchell down at the stable probably let you stay in the barn.
All right, cool. Thank you. Let's say we finished our meal, and let's just go to old Michael's barn.
Yeah. So as you walk into the town, the stable is not hard to find. It's one of the largest buildings here in the town. And so you guys encounter old Mitchell, who is just a nice old man. He's got gray hair and a long gray beard, and he basically looks like one of the horses, but from the other way, because he's got a beard so long that it looks like a horse's tail. And he just, pulls out his lantern and looks at you as you approach, and he says, "Oh, what do we got here? There's a couple of travelers. I don't see any horses with you. What do you want down here?"
We want a place to stay for the night that is dry. Your barn should suffice.
Well, I can't say it's gonna smell nice, but you can bed down in the hay, or the clean hay over here, and he shows you a whole stall full of the clean hay that he spreads out for the horses. Cleans out their dirty stuff and gets them fresh stuff, and this is all the fresh stuff, so you can bed down in the hay. And
right.
Won't cost you but a copper each.
All right, I'll pay for both.
All right, so that's 2 copper pieces, which is 1/10 of a silver piece. So
I will manage that.
Yep, and then you guys sleep in the straw, which as an adventurer, Galdor, you've probably slept in the straw a few times. As somebody who is recently, in this life, you've probably never slept in straw, or at least haven't for so long that you forgot how itchy it can be, Heinrich. So I am going to need you to roll a wisdom save, to see if you're able to will yourself to sleep, or if you stay up all night tossing and turning from the itchy straw. Well, you're lucky. You happen to make your save. So despite the fact that it is not the most restful night of sleep you've ever gotten, you are not exhausted.
Good. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Exactly. So now you guys set off in the morning. Now, would you like some horses, or are you just going to walk to the crypt?
Horses are nice.
Mitchell's already up brushing the horses, and he says, "Well, they ain't much, for riding long distance. But if you're traveling less than a day, you can have old old Bill here and Sally there. She don't take too well to a saddle, but as long as you got a firm hand, she'll get you where you're going."
Okay. How much for the horses?
Well, as long as you bring them back, I'll only charge you 1 gold piece a piece, but you got to give me 10 gold pieces to ride them out.
Yeah, in case we never bring him back. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly.
All
So
right.
so it's 10 gold pieces to ride them out, and then I'll give you 8 of those gold pieces back as soon as you come back.
Here you go. So,
And so he takes the money, and you guys saddle up your horses and you ride out. Which one of you is taking Sally?
I am.
So
all right.
you are going
I'm
to need to roll a animal handling check in order to see how well you're able to handle this stubborn, spirited mare. All right. So yeah, you take the reins, and at first Sally wants to go where she wants to go, but instead of just, letting her, you kind of run her into a gallop one way, and then come back and circle back for Heinrich. And by the time you're done, she's like burnt off some of her energy, and you're able to control her better.
good.
So, you guys arrive at a large hill, and there are many miles of twisting tunnels and caverns, sudden drop offs, and steep climbs that weave their way through the side of these foothills in the mountains. Now, normally, I would have you make your way slowly and meticulously through
Well,
this.
how about at this point we just make sure to tie the horses outside in the
Oh, for
forest?
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And normally I would have you actually explore through the map, and you would basically, you know, have to find your way through a labyrinth, and there'd be encounters and dangers along the way. However, this particular encounter, I don't want you guys to like not make it here until nearly the end of the session, and then we can't run the full battle. And I
All
don't
right.
and I don't want it to end in a TPK because you're all worn out from like minor battles that weren't important. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll survival for Heinrich to be able to lead Galdor back here to the crypts without getting lost. And this is going to be run like a 4th edition skill challenge, basically, to where you're going to need multiple successes before you achieve 3 failures. And this is going to be a difficult one, so you are going to need to succeed on a survival check 5 times before 3 failures. However, it is going to be shifting DCs. So your first 3 difficulty classes are going to be 5, 7, and 10. Real super easy to make.
Yeah, okay. You want me to do the first roll now?
Yep. But then they increase by 2 for each roll after that.
All right. So 5.
Yep. Okay. So that's
Oh.
1.
It's not with advantage. It's just
Yeah, it's just normal.
yeah. Can we agree that you asked me to always set them up, but
Yes. You're fine.
okay. Prompt. I'll go prompt. Okay. So the first one is prompt. to ask. Okay. First one works. So
Yep.
basically, we got here.
Yep. No, not here. Not here yet. You're
Okay, we're not here yet. So now I roll the second one.
now the second one is 7. Okay, that's 2. Now the third one is 10. Just made that one. Fourth one is 12.
Alright.
You made that one. And now if you make this one, you don't have any more, but it's a 14.
All right.
Okay, so that's one failure. Yep, that's one failure. You still only need one more success, but now it's a 15. That's 2 failures. Now it's a 16. You just need one, but this is the last one. Oh, if you would have failed, you guys would have become hopelessly lost, and I would have shifted the encounter to something else. But you managed to succeed and just found your way here. But the dank, dark cavern that you made your way through now gives way to more man-made structures. You can see carved stone and sarcophagi ahead of you, but there is also still dripping water slowly dripping down the walls and into the puddles collected on the floor. There's moss growing everywhere, and you have to be careful to watch your step because the loose stones covered with algae and moss are very slippery. So with your torch, you make your way carefully forward.
You're going to tell me again how to automatically carry the torch, because I've tried it multiple ways.
Yeah, so if you click on the collections menu and you
the carry token menu
Yep.
is on my screen right now.
Okay, so and then you're on your token, you click you click carry below, it asks for the target, click on the torch.
Carry below.
Yep.
Click on the torch.
Yep, then click back on your token and move around. There you go. Yep.
All right. Okay. Cool. I think my friend here should also have a torch.
Yep.
And I'm sure in his pack he has one. So here's your torch, Christoph. Okay, you got it.
And I'm gonna use Mage Hand to carry it forwards.
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's a concentration spell, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a cool way to,
light ahead. I like it. Okay, so basically, Galdor, this is where I was hiring you to come and help me. This is apparently the crypt of von Liechtenstein, and I want to prove to the world that they are vampires or creatures of the night.
Okay.
So what can happen here is when we'll open the sarcophagus of each sarcophagus we can encounter here and close them back if it's just a person resting in peace. But we're going to open the sarcophagi. This is our sarcophagi is plural, right?
Yes.
All right. And if there's nothing, we're going to take note of the name and stuff like that. And if there's something that jumps at us, then we have to fight around it. You cool with that? All right. Do you have a good perception? Do you see things well, to be less meta?
Kind of.
All right. How about, I'm the tough guy, so I should go forward, but I would like you to just look ahead and make sure that there's no traps.
I check for traps
And he made the torch, of course.
with my Mage Hand that now doesn't carry the torch because I took it back.
Okay.
Are there any traps?
He's mage hand. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to roll an investigation to check for traps.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see any traps.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay, no traps. Thank you for checking. I'm confident in my new partner. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm also going to look around for, like, once it's too late and I'm in the middle, I would like to also investigate for anything.
Yeah, you can do a general investigation, or you can like go up to things individually and investigate them.
All right. I'm going to.
Like a general investigation means that you're just kind of perusing the entire place, not
Exactly.
specifically investigating anything in particular.
I'm gaining information about what does it look like.
Yeah, so you can see little crenulations here in the wall. Each one holds like a bust statue of the founders of the von Liechtenstein family. And that is along both sides of the wall, although some of them are broken. The sarcophagi here in this area are very expensive looking and ornate. And all of them have like different variations on the crest of the von Liechtenstein family through the generations.
All right. Let me check my spells. I don't have spells. Yeah. There's no way for me to detect magic, so I don't know if I'm going to screw with that. Let's try it out. I'm going to go up here and say, Galdur, can you come in? Stay close to me. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so there's 6 sarcophagus per side with 3 busts. Are there any names on the sarcophagus?
Not names, just the von Liechtenstein name across each of them, but underneath the busts there are gold plaques with their names carved on him.
Okay, so I would imagine this guy is here, this guy is here, and so on.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's possibly that.
You don't know for sure, but
yeah. I'm gonna start by reading all the names, not noting them yet, but reading all the names on this side to check in my current knowledge if it's anyone that has been named throughout history.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll a history check.
All right, so I'm really gonna have to set up everything to prompt. Can I mean, there doesn't seem to be any function to say put everything to prompt.
On the front of your sheet, the core, it should have the gear that sets everything to prompt. Otherwise, I'll fix it for you in between sessions. Anyway,
the role default is set to prompt, but everything else is naturally set to always advantage. Like manually, I would have to go and put them all.
Everything else should be set to use default by default. But I'll check it out. Like I said.
Yeah.
So
okay, it's okay. I'm gonna just every time I use a skill, if it shows 2 numbers, I'm not at advantage. We'll just use the first one.
You just use the first one, exactly.
And we'll go with this.
Yeah. So in your studying of the von Liechtensteins, there is one name that is easy enough for you to pick out, and that is the ancient Victor von Liechtenstein. He is a famous general in history.
And I have not read his name so far.
No, you did.
Okay, where is he?
He is in this crenulation.
Okay. In this boss, there's Victor von Liechtenstein. Oh, okay. Well, my dear Galder, would you help me open this sarcophagus?
Okay.
So we will attempt together to open it.
So one of you needs to aid another with a strength check, and then if you roll above a 10, then the other person gets advantage with their strength check.
All right. So this one will be attempted at advantage. I have a flat basic 10 strength. So do you have more strength?
I have 10 strength.
All right. So I'll do the roll, and you assist me.
So Galdor rolls first, and you're just looking to get a 10 or higher. Okay, so now you don't get advantage, Heinrich, but... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you rolled athletics. So you should roll athletics with advantage, Heinrich.
Okay, that's the point.
Yes.
So athletics with advantage.
There you go. So both of you lifting together, you bend and lift with your knees, and you grunt as the heavy stone lid finally unleashes from the stone sarcophagus with a puff of dust out from each side. You gently set it on the ground and look inside. You can see a skeleton of a man who was very tall and once probably was very commanding and domineering just based on the size of the skeleton, but now his bones wear nothing but the moldy rags of a once luxurious outfit that he was buried in, and his weapon is little more than a rusted sword at his side.
Yeah. So that would be the famous general.
Victor von Liechtenstein.
Is there anything of value?
You'd have to roll an investigation.
Yeah. Go ahead for value. I'm going to investigate for clues. Oh my god.
All right, so Heinrich, you don't really see anything that is a clue per se or anything like that. Galdor, as you are looking in the sarcophagus for anything of value, you see that he has a heirloom ring, the family crest on a ring made out of gold on his finger.
I take the torch back with Mage Hand, and the Mage Hand picks up the heirloom.
Yeah, it's basically just a signet ring for sealing wax envelopes and all of that. But yeah, you grab the gold ring and take it with you.
That would actually be extremely useful for me in my endeavors.
Yeah, it's too bad Galdor has it, and you told him you never wanted to see him again after this.
Yeah, well, I mean, the game is not over. Hey, Galdor. I know I said we'd split the loot, but if we don't find another ring like that, I would like to have it, and I'll give you something else instead, of
If
similar
you
value.
pay me half of the value of the ring, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the point. So when we find something else, I would like to keep the ring per se, because that will be useful for me in my conquest against the von Liechtensteins. Will you help me to put the lid back on this sarcophagus?
Okay.
We just put it back.
Actually, that's another strength check. These are heavy lids, couple 100 pounds easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry. Several thousand grams. I don't know. I don't know how to convert to metric for you guys. I'm American. We live in the time before Charlemagne.
Yeah, exactly. So we will still communicate with pounds. That's fine with us. We often use this system anyway. We actually know both systems. We have no choice.
Yeah, we use both.
Okay, so
no, I know it's yet another reason why it's so sad that like America knows no other languages, cannot convert to metric. Like everybody else is just like, okay, America, we'll learn English, we'll learn your stupid, non-metric system. Okay, yeah, there you go.
I didn't call it stupid. But
we're like the kid who's like been held back 3 years and like they don't want to hold him back anymore, so they're just like, yeah, there you go, give him a hand.
All right.
And they force us to learn imperial and metric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do with us too, but they make it clear that metric is like never going to be used again, so don't worry about it. So, like, I learned metric in, like, 3rd grade and then never used it again.
Yeah, if no one uses it, you lose it. Okay, how about we get back to the game? Can we do that?
Yes, as soon as we establish that all units will be in Imperial.
That's perfect. So
okay.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's wonderful. I don't want to leave sarcophagus not covered. So how about we use ropes and pulleys and stuff like that to help us? Because
did you bring pulleys? I'm going to assume that you guys have rope because you're adventurers.
Yeah, we have the basic rope, and pulleys is whatever we can make by you put 2 torches where it connects just so it rolls easier and stuff like that. It's nothing fancy. It's just to give us, to help us again.
Yeah.
All right. I will re-roll my athletics. Knowing that we're using...
With advantage this time.
Well, it was with advantage the first time because he's helping me, but now...
Well, he didn't roll high enough to give you advantage.
Oh, okay. So now...
You heave and pull and you manage to slide the stone lid back onto the sarcophagus, but now you guys are like sweating. You're like, oh my god, that was hard.
All right. Let's do this one anyway, and then we'll take a 5-minute break, drink some water.
Let's do this one because it's already broken a bit and it looks easier a bit. It's less.
Well,
it is broken. You guys can actually look down at the other side.
Yeah, I'm just going to look down and beware with the torch. Is there anything?
Anything? You see a skeleton in there.
For value.
Anything of value. Roll investigation.
Yeah, so as you are, looking in there, you can't really like see anything of value unless you like climb into it.
I use the mage hand to just like shuffle everything around.
Oh my God.
And move it to see value.
Maybe we should open the cover anyway. We're turning into grave robbers, but it's the von Liechtenstein, so they deserve it. All right, so
because one guy like took your girl. Oh man. Like, that is a mighty reckoning. You take my girl, I am going to ruin your entire family.
Well, I'm not going to ruin everyone if they're dead,
Yeah.
And, if they have one guy vampire, they might be into it, you know. So I need to get this information.
Yeah.
My
So
goal
are
is
you
not
gonna
to
are you
go-
gonna lift the lid off, or what are you guys gonna do?
We're
Yeah,
gonna lift the lid off.
but we're gonna do it all with the ropes to help us.
Okay. So roll strength with advantage. So what happens is you do lift it off, but the lid is so cracked that as you're setting it down, it like cracks further.
All right, it's broken. Now you can look for valuables, and if there's another ring like that.
Look for valuables again.
No, you don't have to roll again. I was
You
just,
got the same value.
yeah, I was just letting you know that like you couldn't actually go in and check it out without like lifting the lid off or climbing inside there with the skeleton and everything. You know, whatever floats your boat. So, you search and you find that this must have been a female because the skeleton has a tiara made out of silver with gems inlaid in it on it, as well as several like feminine-looking rings.
All
Is
right.
any one of those rings valuable?
Well,
Well,
they all have gems on them. One is a large square-cut ruby.
take that in.
One is a large round-cut emerald, and one is a large teardrop-shaped diamond.
I take them all, no questions asked.
I'm gonna make a deal with you. All of these 3 rings, you keep them for you to just give me the one with a signet, because for me it has that much value, and then we would be even.
It looks less valuable, the plain gold ring with no gems, so I'm gonna give it to you.
Wait,
All right.
wait, Galdor. Galdor, he just made the biggest mistake in negotiating. He overplayed his hand and let you know that that's how valuable that ring is to him. It's probably even more valuable than that to him. You could get a whole bunch for it, maybe even like 3/4 of the treasure instead of just half.
That's what I'm doing anyway. I have 3/4 of the rings we
Yeah,
found.
that's true. That's true. But like before you just hand it over, like hold on to it and wait until your final negotiating position is realized.
We'll split for real value to either of us at the end of the pillaging.
All right. The ring that
Sorry,
you have.
I gotta corrupt your son into a real rogue here. You know, he's got to
Yeah.
learn how to con someone.
All right. So, Galdor, I would just like to say that it values a lot for me the ring that is a signet, and I made you a deal that is very generous. And if you don't accept it, we're just going to go back to the original deal of we split 50-50. And you did say before, just give me half. You said half an hour ago, just give me half of the value and it'll be okay. Now I'm giving you more. Are you coming back on your word?
No,
Then give me the freaking signet
Oh,
ring
don't
now,
don't let him
please.
don't let him bully you, Galdor. You're a rogue. Your word
I'm
ain't worth
going
nothing.
to take half of the value to me and half of the value to you. This is equal for half of the value of the rings we found yet to you.
Oh, that's very good. So would you give me half of the rings now so I can carry half right now?
I'm gonna take all the rings. Until we split it, I'm taking them all.
Now you're a rogue.
Now you're a rogue. Okay. We're going to have a problem here.
Well, you know,
he can be a rogue. He can be a rogue.
You can negotiate this afterwards is basically what he's saying. Like it's not something that you guys need to work out right now. He just wants to know what the total value of the treasure is before he like sells himself short.
Yeah, I understand that. I also consider this DM interference because you're giving ideas to my son that he didn't have before, which is okay. He's learning how to play a role.
That's why I did that. I want to be very clear that if he was an experienced veteran, I'd let him play however he wanted.
Yeah.
But since he's learning how to play D&D, I want him to understand that like a rogue is perfectly okay with breaking their word and going back on a deal and all of that because they're in it for themselves.
Good. Now that this is said, okay, I as a character can decide that I'm not fine waiting at the end because I don't trust him. I just met him and he might run off with it.
That's true.
So I want it now. So I express it directly. Galdor, I don't know you. You might decide to backstab me and run off with it. If you decide to run off with all the treasure you can, but you're going to give me that single signet. Now, in case, you have to understand trust is earned. I want you to earn my trust with that signet now.
We're gonna put all the rings in a pouch at the entrance of the cave, and at the end, we'll split it.
And that pouch could disappear. I would like to have that signet ring immediately, please, in exchange for the other 3. And I'm not going to accept any other answer because I don't trust you. I want you to understand, I currently do not trust you. I will trust you over time. Please do a gesture of trust, or else I can't work with you.
So, again, normally would not interject here. Just want to point out, trust does work both ways.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you.
Thank you, sir. You see, from my character's perspective, that thing has so much value that I'm not willing to take any chances. So even if the guy's a rogue, even if the guy is a freaking mind flayer or anything, if my character sees this as more important than any trick, plan, value, business calculation, he's going to insist.
Sure. You're well within your rights to insist.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I was clear because I don't bullshit people. I'm not a rogue. I'm a straightforward person.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that Galdor understood that, like, it was well within his character to, try to con something out of him there.
Absolutely. A rogue would also know when he's in the losing end of a bargain. And the losing end is me deciding to end our relationship right now.
Or attack him.
Yeah, or attack him or whatever. I mean, I'm twice the Bill D is, so I'm not threatening him. I was just being clear. So thank you so much, kind Sir Galdor. I'll make it worth your while, okay? You're going to gain more out of this deal than you think. And yes, this ring is valuable, and you're going to have more than half, if that's what you want. I'm just going to put in my inventory that I have a signet ring.
Yeah. I could tell you were, chomping at the bit to get that written down. Give me the ring.
Yeah, it was exactly as it is. There's 2 ways to play with a party. When everyone decides to collaborate together and be kind together immediately so that we have a good relationship during the game. Or there's a player that does his character hardcore. Then I would have played my character hardcore, which is kill Galdor on the spot. That's what I would have done right now.
I think there's room for some gray area in the middle, of course. But...
Yeah, exactly. The gray area was he just gave me the ring, and he did. So
if you tried killing me, I would have run 120 feet in one turn until I'm too far from you.
I would not have killed you right there on the spot without strategy. Don't worry. But my goal was never that. I never thought about this line of thought until the DM suggested you as a player could play against your playing member. Because usually I don't do that.
No, and if this was a long-term party and everything, definitely wouldn't want there to be too much conflict like that. But for a one-shot, Galdor making off with the ring actually would have been funny.
It would have been funny.
Yeah.
it would have been my mission then to find that rogue again.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yes. Okay, would you help me with the third sarcophagus? All right. He rolled a 2. I hope that I have good stats on this one. It's this skill. I rolled a 1.
Yeah. So you guys find that this lid is like completely stuck, like a wooden door. It's like swelled in there. You can't get the stone on stone to release and come up.
Okay, is the name on it important?
Not that you can tell.
Does the bust look like a man or female?
The bust is kind of broken down the face, so it's hard to tell. But from what you can see, it does look more male than female.
Okay, we'll come back to this one after.
Or just like a really ugly female.
Could be. All right, let's go with this one. We take 5 minutes to breathe.
Yeah.
My God, this one's stuck too. Let's go for the other.
So, yeah.
It is incredible. Those rolls, one after the other, are absolutely evil.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, let's try this one, all right? So how about
that? You finally managed to open this one, and inside is yet another skeleton dressed in rags.
Galdor, if you want to check for valuables.
Value.
I'm just going to let you do it.
As Galdor is digging through, you find something.
We can't hear you.
This skeleton has a ring like the signet ring, but instead of being large and gold, it is small and silver. And then it also has a blade, the tip of a blade, broken and embedded in its rib cage.
Okay, don't take the stuff right away. Let me check for things. So that person was killed that way, and the blade was stuck in there.
Even if it says that, I take the ring.
Even if he says that, I just take it. Okay. What about the skull?
What about it?
Does the teeth look normal? Is there any way that the teeth would look like vampiric in nature, or?
No, there's no sign of like anything wrong physiologically.
All right. We're not going to bother with putting the lid on again because this one was taken off anyway. And cracked, and just fuck it. I'm going to text something in private to the DM in Discord. Yeah, this is done. I'm just saying my intentions.
Yeah. No, that's
nothing against nothing personal against the player. It's just something in game for us.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
I tried to take one of the gold plaques on the busts.
Although they are attached fairly well, you can try to use your thieves' tools to loosen them and peel them off.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. Before you do that, let me take a note the names. I'm gonna scribble in my book the notes of the names of which
Yeah.
bust.
Yeah, so you basically make like a little quick drawing and
Yeah.
label them and yep.
A sketch.
Yep.
Because if that robber really was a plaque, go ahead, dude. Extract that. You'll probably find a way to melt the gold.
So you just got to roll your dexterity plus the d20 for your thieves tools. Plus you probably have expertise in them, so that would be double your proficiency if you have expertise.
Have expertise, no.
Okay, so d20 plus dex plus proficiency, which is 2.
So you easily manage to pry the gold nameplates off of the plaques on the busts.
You see how reasonable I am? All of those you can keep for yourself. Melt them and sell them. It's not a problem. Okay? I don't want those.
Thank you.
Okay, so you see, you're already making a better deal. Let's go. Okay, top. Let's go top. Take this one. Okay, first thing I'm going to scribble on my sketch these guys.
Yep.
Is there anything noteworthy?
You got to roll history.
Yes. History. All right.
There is 2 names here that stand out. There is Lord Frederick von Liechtenstein and Lady Catherine von Liechtenstein, 2 of the greatest rulers in history that oversaw the golden age of Carpathia, where they like rose to prominence.
Frederick and
Catherine.
all right, we're gonna end up doing them in all anyway, and this will disguise the.
You guys don't have to roll anymore for taking the lids off.
Okay.
Why?
That was just, at first to show you that it was like hard, but if you guys are determined enough to get them off, you can do so.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go back to those we couldn't, and we're gonna do it all. So
no, those are still stuck.
Okay, those are stuck. All right.
Yeah, those are stuck, but at the end of the day, you will be able to get the rest.
Okay, cool. So we do these 6. I insist, Galdor, before you take anything value, let me do my investigation for clues. Then you can take the value.
Okay. If you let me all the valuables and these 3, then valuables to me, not to you.
Yeah. If there's something valuable to me, I will insist on keeping it.
Yeah. Okay. If you let me take all the rest in those 6,
that's good. You're gonna come up with more money than me in this operation.
All right, so as you guys are investigating the sarcophagi here in this little chamber, you find that the other skeletons have a total of 4 rings and 2 necklaces. One of them is like a man's medallion, and the other is like a lady's like locket. And then Frederick and Catherine has a large golden crown adorned with jewels, as well as a huge necklace adorned with various like pearls and seashells and all of that, as well as a handful of rings. That is 8 rings of all of the most precious and valuable gems in the world.
Back they go.
And then Frederick is clad in his full ceremonial armor, wielding a long sword, and on his head is a golden crown with black onyx stones set all around it.
Yeah.
I won't use the sword or armor, but the crown is mine.
Yeah, he wants the most valuable thing. Well, let me see if there's anything that I find valuable for me, but the 2 crowns, you can have them. I want to do first an investigation on the physiology of all these skeletons. If there's anything that would give me a hint that they have been undead.
You cannot find anything, on them per se, except for there is one weird thing on Frederick, and that is the fact that all of his armor and everything is like immaculate. It's not even covered in dust.
Looks like magic.
Yeah, probably magical.
Can I still go back on my words and take them?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. The lady that had the female that had a locket.
Yeah.
Anything interesting about the locket and then what's inside?
You open it up inside, but all you find is a painting so faded that it is unrecognizable.
Yeah, okay. I don't care about that. Galdor, you should take that signet, that locket also, and sell it at this point. Is there okay, on Frederick, his armor and his sword and everything is immaculate. There's no dust
rust, no tarnish, not even any dust.
Yeah, so it's magical. If you take off his armor, I'll be able to observe more his inner torso, what it looks like.
I took the armor and the sword already.
He's already stripping the body down as you say that. And so
I'm doing investigation of physiology.
Yeah, and so one thing that you do notice about the body of Frederick is that all of the bones, just like the armor, are like immaculate. All of the rest of the bones like showed signs of decay and tarnish and all of that, but these bones are like well preserved.
He's a king. He was preserved with magic.
All right. I'm going to take the skull. And I'm going to take the femur.
Why 2 bones that are useless?
Magic crafting, my son. You will learn this later, maybe.
Oh, like the sword and armor.
Yeah, exactly. Or for augury, or for, come on, the skull of Frederick von Liechtenstein.
Right? Just to be able to say you have it.
Yeah, I would never say I have it. That's the point. I would not dare do so. It looks like just a normal skull, but it will never get dirty. But it's in my bag. Just make sure that the skull and the jaw and everything is well preserved, draped in a cloth, and a femur. So if I ever want to try to craft a wand with it or something, I am a crafter myself.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, I might want to craft something magical with this eventually. That has to cover for some deep shit. Did you take Galdur? Did you take the golden plate names here? All these
I
the nameplates.
I did that already.
Okay. I want to have one jewel, which is probably the necklace of Catherine. I would have one jewel, which is the necklace of Catherine.
Yeah, and that has a huge pearl, several shells, and smaller pearls set as a necklace with silver ornaments like breaking it up.
Large gems, ornaments. I'm not keeping note of exactly what it is. It's just the necklace of Catherine von Liechtenstein.
Yep.
Yeah. So that would be another valuable that I want to keep. But you can take both crowns. Good. I hope you know who to go see to sell these trinkets because they're valuable, and you want to sell them to someone who don't ask questions. But that's okay. That is done. That is absolutely all done. So far, we don't have anything that is valuable for me. Let's take 5 minutes in game to drink water and rest, and then go forward.
Yeah. So you guys just take a mini rest and make sure that you're good, and then move into the next large chamber. As you walk in, you can see that this is a multi-leveled chamber. Along the floor here, there are 3 sarcophagi on the floor, and then the stairs lead up to a second level and a third level with even more rooms on either side and in front.
Okay. I'm going to do my blood rituals on both my bow and my rapier right now, which is basically 2d4.
Yep.
And I take 4 damage. Just to make sure that my 2 weapons... All right, you little thief. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, like this. Any names? Actually, let me roll investigation in the general area.
Yeah, so you start to look around the general area, and the first thing that you notice is that this whole crypt has taken like extensive damage from all of this water and plants growing through it, so like it's kind of crumbling a little. And then also, these 3 sarcophagi here each have large crests on the top, but all of the ones in the other rooms seem to be, just like lesser family members.
Okay. Hey, Galdur, you want to help me open the central sarcophagi so we can check the most important ones?
My character token is stuck. I can't move it.
You have to pull it back into the room.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. Here you go. All right, so we'll start with the first one. I would like to do an investigation specifically on the sarcophagus to see if there's any possible traps.
Yeah, so Galdor would have to check for traps.
I for traps.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
1d20 plus your investigation skill. You do not find any traps.
Yeah, that's motivating.
I
All
open
right.
it.
There's no traps. I trust my greedy companion. Let's open that one.
So the first thing that you're going to notice is that the symbols for the von Liechtenstein crest that are on these are very ancient. This is the oldest iteration of the von Liechtenstein crest.
Oh, interesting. Old antics.
And as you open the sarcophagus, you see inside a small body. This was a child, probably, 12.
A skeleton, right?
Yes.
All right, because if you say a body, I'm
Yeah,
gonna stab
yeah.
it in the heart.
No, skeleton, but like the skeleton of a very young person.
Valuables.
This body, this skeleton, was adorned from head to toe in the finest armor crafted for a child of his size, the finest sword and shield, and then all in the sarcophagus is like just little treasure chests filled with like jewels, spices, coins, like everything.
Hey, Galdor, I think you have skills that I don't. You know that necklace? That necklace that I wanted from Katrin? I think you should have it. And what I would like you to do is, whenever you successfully sell those things, find me and give me part of the money itself. But that's it.
I'm gonna pound into the reliable source.
All right, and if you just, I hope you'll remember me when you're gone. By the way, not all rogues are evil, Mr. DM.
How
You know
could I
that?
forget someone who gifted me so much money?
Also, not evil. Han Solo is not evil. He's just out for himself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But if he understands, anyway, it's an opportunity, and I hope. I'm just saying it. Please go and pound those jewels. I will hope to. Yeah.
Like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, especially the first one, Not evil,
Yeah.
just, not necessarily the most trustworthy guy in the world.
Absolutely, you're right. Which
They're
makes me think,
chaotic neutral. They only care about themselves or their benefit.
Exactly. Now, if he was evil, he'd wait until you guys got all the treasure and then backstab you and leave you for dead.
yeah, exactly. All right, let's do this one.
As you open up that one, it is the body of the skeleton of a man, but once again, clad in the finest armor, wielding the finest weapons, just everything. You can tell that somebody was grieving hard for these two.
Are they magically undecayed like Frederick, or they're
The armor and weapons are undecayed, yes.
you're not going to be able to carry all of this. You're going to have to make choices.
I leave the big things that don't look that expensive, like spices. I don't care. Swords and armor, a bit less. I don't care. But rings with jewels and crowns with jewels and necklaces with jewels, I keep them.
So here's a little real world history lesson for you, my young friend. Spices in ancient societies were often worth far more than their weight in gold due to the fact that food was hard to preserve and make taste good due to lack of refrigeration and refined cooking techniques. And so, getting your hands on some salt, pepper, cinnamon, whatever was a rare and valuable thing.
I just leave the swords and armors alone. I take all the rest.
Now, the bones, are they undecayed?
Yes.
So the bones are also magically preserved. Yeah. Okay, let's leave it at that for now. How about we do the third one, the last one?
As you open up the last one, this is very clearly the first King von Liechtenstein. You can tell by his armor, which has been depicted in 100 different books that have been spread across the lands. He is basically the Sir Arthur of Carpathia, or the King Arthur of Carpathia. Like a figure so blown out of proportion that he becomes legendary.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the same full armor and skeleton untouched and everything.
Yeah, and again, like just every piece of treasure from his personal collection was buried with him. There's golden statues and
What was his first name?
His first name is Yorick. Yorick von Liechtenstein.
The thing Yorick von Steiner, I don't know his name, sound more expensive than the rest of the items that we can find. What is there that I can take, like rings, money, jewels?
Well, he has the ancient crown of Carpathia upon his head. Although it does not look overly valuable, it is forged from the blackest steel and inlaid with one large, oddly marked opal. It is a black opal with red lines running through it.
Oh, that would sell a lot expensive to a museum.
You don't sell it to the pawn shop, you sell it to a collector.
Museum or collector.
In his hands, he has clutched a double-handed sword. It's actually versatile. It's a bastard sword, so you can use it one or two-handed. It is finely made, and all along the edge is the telltale swirls of something that has been double heat forged in order to make it nearly indestructible. All set in the hilt is another one of those black opals with the red markings on it. His armor has all black steel with a long black cloak, and inlaid in it is all kinds of silver markings to the White Raven, an ancient goddess.
I take only his armor and his sword and the
Obviously,
crown. Sword, armor, crown. I don't
about the
take any
optics.
other armors or swords. This one is the most important.
Physiologically speaking, just checking his skeleton, his mouth, anything that looks undead.
No, but unlike the rest, these bones are decayed.
These bones are decayed. So he was not magical himself.
Or magical, the magic stopped on him, didn't work, something like that.
Yeah, it could be.
Magic can't last a few thousands of years without anybody to maintain it.
Hey, I just had an idea.
Yes.
Yeah, it would just be too much trouble. The Frederick, his tomb had all his bones and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take more of those bones,
Okay.
but I'm gonna scatter them around the other tombs. Just scatter them around,
Okay.
like a lot of them, just so that it will take them a long time to realize that they can't find the skull and the femur, but every other bone is everywhere else. So whatever game was played, they would be focused on trying to find it inside here because his bones are inside here. Because
Yeah.
if they ever try to find it outside, it puts a target on my back,
Right.
basically.
Right.
So the game would be try to put it in other tombs that are opened.
Sure.
While
Sure.
he does that, I take a rest.
Yeah, it'll take me 10 minutes. It's just scattering bones around.
Yeah, but that's still some rest.
Yeah.
I contemplate my treasure.
So I'm just gonna take a look. So everywhere here, there doesn't seem to be. Okay, now I'm gonna look for footprints and movements.
Roll a investigation.
All right. You know that anything that concerns undead, I have advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do I roll investigation with advantage, and you decide if it's advantage or not?
Right.
Okay. So my goal is to track
There are
the
footprints leading through the dust into this chamber.
All right. Come here, dear Galdur. This one is cracked. So can we see through it?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So the guy is there.
Yes.
All right. Where do the footprints lead?
Right to here.
This one?
Right here. They just disappear right here.
I don't. If you're pointing or something, I don't see.
The ping? You can't see my ping?
I cannot see your ping. Are you pinging on the GM layer?
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Oh, so that's why sometimes when we said, okay, so here you can see this and here you can see that, and I thought you were just talking. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah. No, I might have been. I might
I
have
look
been
for
pinging
any
on the GM
traps
layer.
or I look for any traps or things like that.
Yeah. So
Near there,
roll
near the
investigate.
foot.
There is a trap door right here.
I open the trapdoor and I lower a torch down anywhere it leads.
Leaping up at you is a hideous, corpse-looking humanoid with long fangs and a grinning, menacing smile.
it's a vampire. Roll initiative, right?
Yes, sir. So if you click on your token, you can just roll initiative there, and Galdor, you can do that, but you still have to roll your d20 and tell me what your initiative bonus is, because it's not tied to a sheet.
17 he's got.
Perfect. And so it is your turn first.
I hit it twice.
Do you have
A dagger and a dagger bonus action.
does sneak apply at this point?
Yes, because you are within 5 feet of it as well.
So it's considered flanked, right?
Not flanked, but a rogue gets their sneak attack as long as an
Okay.
ally is adjacent to the enemy.
Okay.
The first attack stabs into the corpse.
Did you do your attack, Christoph?
Yes.
All right, I just didn't see it. Oh, okay, 22. All right. Damage. Plus your d6, yeah. Oh, it's 2d6 the backstab. Okay. Hey, double crit.
And the other attack is...
It does not connect. So your dagger stabs into the vampire, but it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would have expected. It's almost as if the vampire is resistant to your dagger.
Cool.
And then is that your turn, Galdor, or would you like to move or do something?
I'm done.
Okay. You know, I have a blood curse, but I also have a Rite of Dawn,
Yes.
which adds another d4.
Right, radiant damage.
Yeah, of radiant damage. So I'll just add this one manually since it's only on undead. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take a bonus action to imbue the weapon with the second die, which is 2 damage for me. And then I will attack. I will do rapier to this. With advantage or not? Normal.
Do you get advantage on attack rolls against undead?
No. Oh, yeah. Against undead, I've got advantage on everything. Let me read it. So, I do more damage. I get advantage on 5 skills regarding undead. If you give me 5 seconds, I will read the manual itself.
No, it'd say it right there. You don't have advantage.
I have resistance to necrotic, and my weapon does an additional Hemocraft die. Oh, so I didn't need to do the ritual. My right weapon does an extra d4. That's it.
Yeah.
So I didn't need to waste my 2 health on this. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is if I move here, is it considered flanked?
You can't move there. There's a sarcophagus in your way.
I can climb on it.
You can climb on it, but that's going to make it...
Is that going to be my action, or is it just difficult terrain half movement?
Yeah, no, it's just difficult terrain half movement, and it would be flanked, yeah.
Cool. All right, so this is getting rapiered at advantage. Dueling and Crimson Right.
Yes. as you stab into
Plus a d4 of damage.
as you stab into the vampire, you have a glowing rapier, and it burns the vampire's skin, dealing 20 damage. The vampire takes an additional 20 damage from it being radiant as well.
Oh, it's vulnerable to radiant. In addition.
Yes, it is vulnerable to radiant.
So it just took 40 damage?
Yes. It took the
20?
The damage from Galdor, and then 20 plus 20 is 40. So.
Yeah, okay. Alright. My god, my thing is efficient against these things. That's it. So this way, the next attack with Galdor, if any, would get advantage.
Correct. The vampire spawn regenerates some of its hit points, and you can see it like actually closing its wounds.
Cool.
But it turns on you and attacks you with all of its might. It hits you with one of its claws, dealing 6 damage. But the second one misses.
I hit him with a firebolt. Well, I try.
Okay, but if you do that right next to it, it will get an attack of opportunity.
Does it get an attack of opportunity when I cast a spell?
If you do a range attack right next to someone, it gets an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
It's just I never use it in our games because I'm not a good DM.
No, you're just making the basic mistake, which I used to make all the time when I was starting DMing, which is taking it too easy on the players instead of making sure that you use all of the monsters' abilities and rules to, make them have to nope, you can't do that here.
So go ahead.
Okay, can I still attack if I take disengage as a bonus action?
Yeah, if you take disengage as a bonus action, then you still get your standard action.
Disengage, movement, and I firebolt now that I'm not in reach.
Yes. Gotta love tactics. So, unfortunately, your arrow hits the vampire spawn, but the wound just instantly closes. That's my way of describing...
It's not an arrow, it's fire.
Oh, fire. Yes, I'm sorry. Your fire seems to just singe the skin, but then instantly it just heals. So that's to say that it didn't actually hit, the attack failed, but rather than just being like, oh, you just completely miss, it just failed to do damage.
Okay.
It's
Now I lost.
just a different way of describing things,
Now I lost my advantage because he's not flanking anymore.
Correct.
So I miss, or I hit it and it does nothing.
Yeah, but since
We just lost you. We can't.
since you still have your right going, the radiant damage would burn it anyway. So
Okay, so
you
if I
probably
miss,
you probably went to strike it and it like bats your rapier away with one of its hands as it goes to claw you again. And then is that your turn?
yeah, as a free action, I'll say, Galder, come back in range, flank it to give me advantage. We'll both get advantage, and that means you get to do your backstab. You do more damage if we flank it.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's done. It's the beast's turn.
Don't forget to click end turn.
What? There's a end turn to do?
Yeah.
How?
So
I've never seen that. What do you mean?
it's
The done?
there's done.
Yeah.
Done in the chat will work for now.
I don't see anything called end turn. Just saying.
Yeah, I'll hook you up with that later.
Okay. Miss.
The vampire spawn attacks you with its claws, but you deflect them with your rapier easily. What is your armor class? Does the 16 hit?
18.
18, yeah, okay. The vampire spawn now moves to Galdor here, provoking an attack of opportunity from you.
Yeah. Ooh. Plus 1d4 of radiant. Yeet. $20 again.
All right. Galdor.
I attack it with my daggers.
Yeah, because it moved, it's not flanked anymore, so I'll move next turn.
I disengage as a. I used my bonus action already.
Yes.
I
No,
can't.
no,
It's
no.
a new
You
turn.
you have it. You have it again. This
It's
this
a new turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I used it already. I tried attacking twice.
Oh.
Oh, you
Yeah.
wanted to disengage again?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
right. You
Don't
attacked
disengage,
twice.
dude. Don't move. Stay there to give me advantage. If we flank it, meaning if we stay close to it, we get advantage on all attacks.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
why I want us to flank. So if you go away, I lose that advantage, and so do you. So that's your turn.
Yeah, I'm done.
So you have to click done in the chat. All right. I will just move, and this one will go at advantage because now it's flanked. See, the 16 hit.
I have to check that one. Oops, wrong one. Yes.
All right. So another 7 plus 6 plus 4, so 17.
Yep.
I'm done. Now that it's flanked, one behind. The vampire spawn regenerates, but it's stuck in the doorway.
Yes.
Ooh.
Instead of dealing
We lost you. You have to start over.
instead of dealing damage, the vampire spawn chooses to grab Galdor and readies to bite him. Galdor, you can attempt an escape from the grapple, difficulty class 13.
What would be the ability I need to use in the check?
Usually it's athletic or acrobatic.
You can't use acrobatics to escape the grab, because now that it has you grabbed, you can use acrobatics to attempt to evade somebody grabbing you, but in this case you're just automatically grabbed because the attack hit.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna... It's my turn, so... can I still attack it even if I'm grappled? Like, fight back?
Yes, you can. There's what happens when you're grappled. Your speed is 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. That's it.
Okay,
Was
so...
advantage on attack or something like that?
He doesn't have advantage or anything like that. Just, just straight attack.
I'm attacking him.
Oh, but he would still have advantage because you're still flanking.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, one attack hits.
Yes. And so now roll your damage. Plus your sneak attack.
Plus.
Perfect.
Click on done when you're done.
Oh, he's probably got to scroll up. I got it. There you go.
All right.
Okay. Thanks,
cool.
I was checking my character page.
Oh, no problem.
It is what it is.
Your rapier once again pierces into the vampire, and the radiant damage seems to burn it.
As a free action, can I drop my torch at its feet?
Yes.
Probably wouldn't do much, but hey. My torch, alright, at its feet. Done. I barely see his health bar move, like if he had not lost any health at all. Bites.
He tries to bite Galdor.
What does he have?
The AC is 12.
Yeah, 12 versus AC.
We have 14 AC.
So, yeah, Galdor manages to fight it off, just barely managing to save his neck from being bitten by the spawn.
Motherfucker is hard.
So
how many of my attacks hit? With an 18 and a 14.
Yep, the first one hits, and you deal your damage plus your sneak attack. You can just roll it all at once if you go double brackets and then 1d4 plus 2d6 and then close the double brackets.
I'm using the dice roller, so I can't do that.
Do your best, dude.
Okay, so you deal 8 damage.
Sorry, not the 1d4. The 1d4 plus 3 hit is
Oh, I
the
see
one.
it. I see it. Yep. 7,
I
4,
forgot my
14.
didn't hit.
You dealt 14 damage, but again, it's resistant to it, so it only deals half.
Okay.
Rinse and repeat at this point, huh?
Yeah, I mean, things might start to get a little different if the vampire bites him or something, but for now.
Yeah, it's okay.
You once again strike it for
15.
15. 14.
11 plus 3, 14. Yes, 14. Okay. Yeah. I just have to remember to click done. I forget about this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the only DM that I play with that uses all the functionality of Roll20.
Oh.
So usually, okay, you're done. Next is, we just mentioned.
Yeah, no, that hurts, man. That hurts. Oh, Galdor, you fight valiantly for another round as the vampire continues to try to drain your life in order to augment its healing.
Yeah, we gotta kill this.
I try to fight off the grappling. At the third turn I'm grappled, I'm gonna use it to try to be not grappled anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll my athletics.
Yep. All right, so you break free from the vampire's grasp. You are no longer grappled.
That was my turn, yeah?
That was your standard action. You can take your bonus action to disengage and move now.
Or dodge. Does he have dodge?
No, that's a standard action.
Okay. Hey, stay flanking. I want advantage. We need to kill it as soon as possible.
I use my dagger in my bonus action.
Oh, you need to attack first.
Oh.
Go ahead, explain it to him. Why he cannot use his bonus action to do a dagger.
Right, because the only way that you can use the offhand attack is if you used your standard attack first.
Okay, I get it.
Yep. So, click done. Guess what? I'm going to be creative this time. Same thing. 24.
Yes, and again, you deal 17 damage.
Yeah. This is what to expect with a vampire. It is going to be tough.
Oh, yeah.
Your turn, vampire.
Oh, why thank you, good sir. Would you mind terribly if I fed off of your life force for a little bit?
Pick on a guy your size. Pick on me.
Don't mind if I do. The 19 hits you for 5 damage.
All right, that hurt.
I use both my actions to dagger him.
They both hit.
Cool.
Yep.
For
16 damage.
16 total damage, which is reduced to 8, but still.
We need to rack up this damage. That is important. You're done, Galder? All right. Hey, guess what? Rapier is eating that thing. Booyah.
Again, striking it.
So 12.
For 12 damage.
Would you remind me the name of the guy that stole my wife?
Aldrich von Liechtenstein.
Ulrich, yeah, because I have a lot of Aldrich von Liechtenstein.
If you deal with him right, he'll be in one of those tombs soon enough.
I like that.
Good attitude. So I will say, answer questions about Aldrich von Liechtenstein, and we might let you live. So as a free action, I just say, answer questions, and we'll let you live.
Yeah. It turns and hisses at you with a feral look in its eyes.
Yeah, feral as it doesn't understand or care. Seeing that it seems to be about to crumple in pieces.
It's not worried, it's died before. Is that your turn?
Shit. Keep forgetting the done. It will come. It will come. Stop healing, you mofo. Bleh.
The 25 hits you for 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning, yes. I'm starting to feel not so good myself. Come on, Galder. Finish her off. You can do this.
I just wondering, can I take out the sword of the guy, the first king?
Yes, you can take out the sword of Victor von Liechtenstein.
I'm gonna take out the divine holy weapon
I can't use it,
Why
If
not?
he's not proficient,
but I was wondering. I'm not proficient.
Oh,
I was wondering if I could pass it to you
I
and
can't use either.
you use it. You can't use it? Okay, so
I-
I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna dagger it.
That was kind of you to offer me to kill it with this holy sword.
How many attacks hit?
the second one hits.
Okay, so 15 does.
Oh wait, no, 15 does. I'm sorry, both attacks hit.
Ah, cool. So at least this is the power of having advantage. We have a chance to lose, but now we
I hit for 11 damage.
Yes.
click done.
It has 17 hit points right now. You could take it out this round.
He isn't dead yet. How many hits is it going to take?
Well, it just got 10.
Stabbing into the vampire, you almost take it out, but it lives and he regenerates again.
Yeah, that means next turn, just keep those 2 advantage hits and make sure to put it down.
Is that your turn?
Oh my god, this is incredible. Done. Because I also see a lot of things happen. So my done goes into the thing. I forgot.
Yeah, I'll have the macro set up for you.
All right.
The vampire grabs Galdor, and readies to bite him.
Attack, Galdor. Just attack. We got this.
I dagger him twice.
All right, you got a crit on the second one.
And one hit.
Yes, but now both of them hit. But now remember that the second one, your offhand one, you roll 2d4 because it's a crit.
So 7 plus 8.
And then the first one still hits, so still your 1d4 plus 3.
I did the 2d4 and 1d4 plus 3.
Yep.
I hit him for 20 damage.
20 damage, which is reduced to 10, but still very nice.
All right, you reduced it. Still reducing to 10 means I can take it out this turn.
Yeah,
I could kill this.
you could. Unless yes.
Click done, Galdor. All right, here we go. This has to be the one, because nine plus 5 plus 2 radiant.
Okay, so you dealt
16.
yeah. And the vampire spawn, hold on one second. The vampire spawn, all of a sudden you stab it right in its heart, and black blood begins to pour out of its mouth, and it covers the floor, and as it does so, you hear a very sickening sound the sound of stone sarcophagus lids sliding open.
Oh shit!
Do we see which one?
You don't see anything right this second, but as you stand and wait for whatever is happening, you can see the skeletons of the dead von Lichtensteins starting to like pour out of the hallways.
How about we just run?
Good thing I stripped them from their swords in the middle.
Okay, I'm almost dead, so, well, not almost, but close.
Let's run.
Let's just run. Do you want us to do initiative, or we just run?
Nope, we got to do initiative. They might
Do we keep the same or roll another?
Roll another one.
because this is a new combat and they might get in.
Because you see, can I okay, that would take an entire action to grab anything, like grab the head of the vampire or something, right?
Right.
I once tried running at my max speed. I can sprint at 120 feet a turn, or 80 if I use my action for something else.
So it would take a full action to remove the head. Just
Yes.
whack it and pull it.
Yeah.
My action will be to whack the head of that vampire and stuff it in my bag.
Okay. Oh, Galdor is no longer grabbed. I'll take that off.
Can I just run and dash my whole time? Because that's what I'm doing. 120 feet.
Yeah, you can just run.
If you can firebolt them from the back and distract them, because I don't run that fast. He's gonna be out with the rings and everything, and I'm never gonna see him again. Well, how about you do your first movement so you can see what's going on, and then you do your next movement, and then you can do your bonus action.
And I had a torch on me. I just forgot to move it here.
I would actually be standing here.
How many skeletons did I see?
Well, as you're passing through, you're just seeing them rising out of the sarcophagus. You don't know, exactly how many. Plus, you're running, so it's hard to get an exact count.
Yeah, you should.
I'll do the rest of my movement on the turn.
Go. It gets you to the exit.
Except that's as far as you get.
Why? Oh, a skeleton. Okay.
You don't have to move right up to it. You can stop as soon as you see it.
Yeah.
And I'm there, and I still have my action because I use my bonus action to dash there. So now I can attack it with my whole action.
Yes. Correct.
Does 8 hit?
No, it does not.
All right, you have to stick and fight, right? You'd been better off staying with me in the room.
Heinrich,
Yeah,
it is your turn.
I will shoot this guy with my longbow.
The guy engaged with. Okay, so because.
He would have cover, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go for this one instead and shout good luck out down there. As an alchemist who can do potions of healing, would you say that I made myself a potion of healing at one point during my first 3 levels?
Yes.
All right, so as a free act, I think it's a free action or bonus action to chug a potion.
I believe that it is a bonus action.
Yeah, that's what I've seen in other games. They would act and chug a potion. So I'm just going to chug a potion. I think the typical is 2d.
2d4.
Yeah, I'm just checking for the actual stats. It says 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was a plus something.
Oh, it is plus 2? Okay.
2d4 plus 2. So 4. Frick. The lowest possible roll. That's it. I had 1. And that's how it is. Let's not push it. All right, so I'm going to shoot on the first one here. to select my character. Use the longbow here. Normal with a crimson ride.
You strike the skeleton, dealing 9 total damage.
+3.
Oh yes.
Radiant.
Yep.
Specific dead.
However, it seems to be resistant to the piercing damage of your arrow.
Oh yeah. I will stow my bow away and raise my shield.
Okay.
That's it. Being separated in this context is not cool.
Yeah.
The goal was to run away, but there was no way we were running away from all that anyway. So
It's not cool to be separated, but it's less cool to be stuck in a room with 20 skeletons.
yeah.
The skeleton reaches out with its bony clawed hands and smacks you for 3 damage.
Okay. Okay, so I disengage as a bonus action. I move there if I can.
Nope.
No, I can't.
Nope, he's blocking the hallway.
Okay. Well,
You can disengage and come back to me.
I disengage, move back there. Where is my torch? I don't have my torch.
Drag a new one.
I use magic missile on that skeleton while I'm there, and I use magic missile on that skeleton.
Yep. So it hits no matter what, so just roll the damage. Missiles of force strike the skeleton. 1, 2, 3, nearly knocking it to pieces. It is badly damaged.
Well done.
The skeleton swings at you, but your shield turns away its pitiful attacks. The skeleton once again strikes you with its bony claws for 3 damage, Galdor. I can attack you at disadvantage through the doorway here.
Thank God it's disadvantage.
And skeletons hit like, seamstresses.
Now, my rapier is also piercing damage, I imagine, right?
Yes.
So for skeletons, I have the worst possible weapon.
Yes.
You
But
do deal radiant damage, though.
Yeah, but the radiant is still good.
the radiant goes through, but it's 1d4.
Right. Skeletons are great for making everybody feel like a tank.
I don't feel like a tank right now. I feel tanked. It's different. Well, having some stuck in a passage is a good thing. Just make sure you don't become flanked by them, because you'll die.
And I'll die fast as if I'm flanked.
Okay, so I'm gonna do what I have to do. The guy in front of me that attacks for most damage. Well, 9 doesn't hit, right?
It does not.
I'm gonna need patience on this. I imagine that just to drop an alchemist fire, I'm not trying to hit the skeleton, but just to drop it at his feet to burn that area. Would you allow it as a bonus action since I'm not aiming the creature but the area, or as a bonus since I'm just dropping it?
Well, I'll let it be a move action, but since you're not moving, you know.
Okay, so it could be for the move action. So the alchemist fire basically does a fire here that causes 1d4 damage on who stands there for 1 minute.
Okay.
All right. So a creature that is standing at the appearing or at the start of their turn take the d4 of fire. So that's it.
Yep.
And that is round 2. So 2 to 11 get that little fire.
Yep.
All right. I am. Did I attack?
Yes.
Yeah, I missed. That's the point.
Now, Galdor, he is trying to move past you, and since he has to squeeze past his ally and is partially moving through your square, you can attack him.
Okay. Do I use both attacks or just one?
1. Sometimes we don't hear you.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I was meaning Mr. DM. I forgot Chad. Sometimes
Yes.
we don't hear you. Okay. So
Oh.
my son asked if he attacks for 1 or 2. I answered 1.
One,
But I was
just your standard attack because
Okay.
It's an opportunity.
it's an opportunity attack. It's not actually your turn.
Yep, I understand.
8.
I haven't flanked yet.
Yeah,
Correct.
and if you kill the guy on top, you're not gonna be flanked yet again.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah. So you can do just one attack against the guy at top, and if you don't kill him, then you give him your second attack.
Could I do disengage, drop a torch, and move, like, if I remember the area? Could I do that? Like, extinguish a torch.
And then move around blind. Yeah, so you'd have to roll a dexterity check to avoid tripping on the loose rubble.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that. I disengage as a bonus action. I extinguish the torch. Where is it? It's under one of your skeletons, I think. No?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How do I remove?
You delete it. Yeah.
Oh, I delete it. Now I'm gonna move around. And I'm gonna go to there. That door.
Okay, so make a dexterity check.
Is it a save or a check?
It's a check.
Okay.
So it's a pure dex roll?
Yep. You easily make it across the loose rubble, and even though one of them almost causes you to lose your balance, you gracefully leap off of it and into the room.
And I'm there. My whole action now is to hide. I hide as an action.
Okay.
Well,
So yeah, just roll stealth, and then if I need to, roll against it, I will.
does he get advantage since he's in the dark?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better. Yay, now I get all the skeletons.
So now he takes another 1d4 damage.
Yeah. Lucky me.
Oh, look, same.
Oh, you do that.
Yeah, I have a thing.
Cool.
Skeletons don't talk, but if they could, they'd be telling you can run but not hide.
Do they have dark vision?
They have life sense.
Oh yeah, they see through life. So they're undead.
Okay.
I mean, if his stealth, if he's hidden, but he cannot hide his life senses, so
I mean, he's still hidden behind the wall right now, but like they watched him go there too, so.
So putting away his torch only hindered his sight.
Pretty much.
Well, they can trap on the rubble. They need to move too. They
do have dark vision as well.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
These skeletons are terrible at fighting. No wonder why they're dead.
All right. Let's try this. 10. Does that hit?
Maybe. It's either a 10 or an 11. I'm double checking right now. Ooh, a 13. Their armor class is up there. Damn. Yeah, no, you did not hit.
All right. Hold my ground.
Luckily for you, you are.
I will drop my torch at his feet just to make one extra piece of wood that burns.
Okay.
You know, I'll drop another one from my pack sack every turn at this point. Keep trying to keep the fire burning.
Right.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a fighter and you have no area damage. It's just that thing in front of you. I think I'll have to multi-class into something. Like, I would do Burning Hands right now, just poof, a cone. It's Galdur's turn.
Correct.
Are you still with us?
Oh, it's my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my turn, so I'm going to just reopen my torch as my bonus action because I need it to see.
Firebolt the weak ones. Well, sorry. Do whatever you want.
I'm
throwing suggestions.
going to firebolt the one that is the closest to me, so that's this one because he looks a little bit more damaged already.
He is indeed.
That hit.
It does.
And that's my whole turn.
So it takes 4 damage from the fire, and it kind of explodes on its chest, and the skeleton collapses in a heap on the ground. This skeleton attacks. This skeleton tries to make it to Galdor. This skeleton attacks at disadvantage. This skeleton can't do anything. The skeleton attacks at disadvantage.
Did you make the fire damage for this guy this turn?
Oh, I forgot. Yep, I forgot the fire damage. I'm on it.
Yeah. I was gonna do it, and I said, "Oh yeah, this guy he does the damage himself." But then I realized he didn't.
Just forgot that turn. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay. 2. There's a lot of things to think about. I also understand that.
When you have 20 skeletons, it's hard to remember every single one of them.
The skeleton attacks Galdor
That hits.
for 3 bludgeoning damage.
Einrich. Come on, dude. Do something violent and exceptional. This is incredible. I drop an extra torch from my backpack into the fire. I am counting them, by the way. Actually, I have a bottle of oil I could just throw in there also. I'm done, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing happened.
And this skeleton goes up there. Skeleton soldier goes right there.
Oh, the skeleton soldier. That mofo will be more a problem than anything else.
My turn. I attack that skeleton right in front of me. Nope, and that's my whole turn.
My god, nope, nope. On D4, damage.
Yes. The skeleton just stands there burning. You can smell, the old musty clothes and bones burning.
I'm not hitting it. Every time is a failure, but it's burning. Alright. This is a new character. I forgot that. And of course, we're doing this one shot. Usually, I would have taken the time to take the money, prepare myself, build ammo, tools to fight, especially
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
And we didn't do it. It's like, okay, you're just going to a dungeon. Okay, let's do this. It's gonna be fun.
striking you. Why do these skeletons always only ever do 3 damage to you?
I don't know. It's the curse of 3.
Right? Like you've
Well,
taken 3 damage every time.
yeah, but look at the math. It literally says rolling 1 plus 2. It's not rolling 1d something. It's just rolling 1 plus 2.
Oh, I see. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I'm gonna have to recheck that.
Okay. Maybe you forgot the D something.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to recheck what's going on with that. But yeah.
14.
That
Finally.
hits, dealing 4 damage to the skeleton. Well, plus the
4 plus
extra
5 plus
9.
4.
Yeah, and even though it doesn't appear to deal a whole lot of damage from your rapier hitting its chest plate, the radiant damage all of a sudden explodes the bones into a shower of like little shards. They don't deal any damage to anybody, but you know.
Yeah. It's there for the effects.
Exactly.
More fuel for the fire.
Yeah.
This time I'll drop the bottle of oil, which will just nourish the fire now that it's got more food on it.
Sure.
And that's it. Oh yeah, done. One d4.
One fire damage.
Well, it starts with 1.
One is better than none.
Yeah.
Dealing 3 bludgeoning damage to you as its claws reach past your shield.
Yeah.
Galdor, it is your turn.
Okay, so I just want to know if because I have the cantrip mold earth, is there any rubble I could move in the door to block it?
Yeah.
Okay, would it take only 1 turn to move it there?
Yes.
Mold would move loose earth. It can move rubble, but you probably would not have a quantity to do a 5 cubic, 5 by 5
Not
cube.
the whole doorway, but you can like block it a little bit.
Block apart so they can't move in the door easily, at least.
Yeah, I guess it's worth a try.
While I'm doing that, can I roll anything, do anything for that?
No, it just
Okay.
happens.
But then I disengage as a bonus action, and I move there with my torch. Where is my torch?
If you disengage, yeah, okay.
Where is my torch? There is my torch. And that's my whole turn. There's a bit of rubble blocking
Yeah.
the door now.
Yeah, they'll have to climb over it. It's rough terrain.
I'm moving there instead. I know,
Okay.
there. So that I can attack them.
Yep.
Done.
This skeleton attempts to climb over the rubble.
Wouldn't this be more of an athletics check? Oh yeah, that's athletics. An acrobatics check.
No, it's athletic.
Athletics? Okay.
Missing you.
All right. Let's do this. Give me something. 24.
Your attack hits the skeleton, and again, the radiant damage explodes it into a shower of shards.
Cool. I'll drop another torch. Make sure it. I want to feed that fire at this point.
Sure.
Yeah.
At the end, you have a whole bonfire. And
right now, there's bones, there's oil, there's the alchemist fire that keeps it running. There's
you have a whole wall of torches and bones and thing.
The thing that just came in takes damage from the fire.
Ah, yes. It deals 9.
Can I just disengage as a bonus action, move to the corner there, and molder more rubble to block the door while I'm waiting?
Yeah.
While I'm doing that, now I have only one skeleton with me, and it's really hard to get in here.
Yes. The skeleton gives up on trying to get past the wall of rubble and goes back to trying to attack Heinrich. Oh, by the way, Heinrich, you have more than just one healing potion.
Oh. I had not put it. If it was the case, I would have taken them every single turn.
Yeah.
How many did you how many do you think I would have?
Roll 1d6.
Alright. I will have 4. So basically, the bonus action on the last 3 turns, I would have just quenched them.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can roll 6d4 plus 6.
Here you go. 6 plus 5 plus 4. Cool.
And the skeleton hits you for another 3 damage, Galdor.
I knew it when I saw it hit me.
Alright, my turn again. Alright. Cool. Whoops. I have to do this. Rapier. This guy. Normal, yes, yes. Please give me a good roll. Alright.
Yeah, so you deal 16 damage to the skeleton champion, and again, your rapier pierces through its armor, and the bones just collapse to dust in front of you.
All right, I drop a torch. I'm done. Go, Galder, kill that.
I just attack it.
You do not hit it.
Well, that's
Next turn.
my whole turn. I'm
Fire damage. I'm at this point where when I see a 4, I'm really happy. It's just 4, but hey, it's that much.
It's like a third of their health.
and after 4 turns, it's 16. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes they roll a 1, right?
After 4 turns, that's 4, which is good.
You know, it's getting to the point where you guys could almost make a break for it.
Yeah. In the trap door, did I perceive anything
You guys
at the level?
You guys didn't really have time to investigate.
Yeah, exactly. Like at the level of someone. Well, I mean, I took an undead head, but I would the thing is I'm stuck here. I would have to defeat so many opportunity attacks and stuff just to get by.
A few, yeah, but you could like bull rush the skeleton in front of you and push him out of the way, and
Yeah.
Or disengage, then move.
The stats is strength, and my strength is +0.
oh yeah, true that.
So it looks more like I need to grind them down using strategy. And usually, when I decided to do a dex character instead of a strength character, it was to have a bit more armor, and now it's saving my life, basically.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And the idea is I took Alchemist and Tinker to be able to do explosives. Literally tinker some contractions and grenades, literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy will do the rinse and repeat attack, but I know now that against skeletons, a piercing weapon is not the best.
You still did 18 damage.
Yeah, that was a friggin' load of damage. Drop a torch on the fire.
Or you could, instead of doing that, just turn around and look at the trapdoor. You said you'd do that.
If I want information from that trapdoor, it's going to be a full-blown investigation for 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's not a fourth of a second during an action.
Yeah, you don't want to be trying to check it out while you're in combat.
Yeah. If I stay, it's to gain information. If I can get out, I will try the fleeing, hoping that all these opportunity attacks will not damage me too much, and I will run. And if I run, I will tell my friend that I'm running so he can run too.
Do my attacks hit?
The second one does.
Okay.
For 3 damage.
You'll get him next time. All you have to do is
Well,
that guy.
it's the curse of 3. Heinrich often rolls 3, and I often roll 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
You
Is
have to
that-
click done.
Oh, fire. And
Well,
you
that-
take 3 damage.
3 more.
And both of the skeletons on the side swing with disadvantage and miss.
All right. If you're getting low on health,
A critical hit as the skeleton gouges into your leg with its claw, dealing 4 damage. You're down to 2 hit points.
I imagine he would also maybe have a health potion if he was a level 3 adventurer alone.
He can have 1 health potion, yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do as bonus action next turn.
Yeah, just to in case. That is a grinding. Come on. I need this to work. Come on. 10. Doesn't work.
No, it does not.
Alright, I'm dropping a torch at the base of this. Oh, yeah. Go, Galder. Finish him off. And then, if you kill your skeleton through a hole in your little rubble wall, you could firebolt them from behind to help me. Alright, you hit.
Health potion.
The health potion is 2d4 plus 4. 2. 2d4 plus 2.
Exactly. 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, so that was your health potion. Okay, I get it. I was like, hey, attack roll. Okay. That's a bonus action. You still have your main attack.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. Wreck him. Wow. Ten damage?
And I'm done.
Oops, pushing the wrong button. Yeah, so you manage to take out that skeleton.
Yes.
So then Come and help me! Firebolt the fuck out of them. Hey, don't say fuck, there's children listening. Well, it's my kid, and he's used to it.
Don't forget, you still got rubble in the door, so you can't just get through.
I know.
But he can use it as cover and just firebolt.
That misses.
That hits.
Oh, that hits with your shield?
I've got 18 including the shield.
Got it. So that's another 3 damage.
Yeah. Ultimately is to get the Ring of Protection, Cloak of Protection.
That hits for another 3 damage.
All right. I have just to succeed at this point. Putting my all into it.
Ooh, also he needs to take his fire damage, but it doesn't matter because he's dead either way now.
He's exploded.
Yep.
All right, Galder. Burn him up.
It's my turn now. Just click end.
Oh, yeah.
Done. Yeah, it's my turn. So, now that I see all of that, I just add some rubble on top of the pile of skeleton bones so that they can't hit him either. They can't get there and they can't hit him. Like, there's a pile of 4 skeletons and some armor.
Yeah.
So I'd add some rubble onto that.
Okay.
So I can't hit him or do anything.
Yep.
So that's what I did
All
as
right.
an action. And that's my whole turn. Your turn. Skeleton turn. Done.
So this skeleton attacks with disadvantage. Oh, no, you step back?
I didn't step back. It's just, I'm here. But he says there's rubble. So what am I to do? I was just giving him room for, like, if the rubble is, it's inches.
Oh, yeah, no, it just blocks off the entrance right here so nobody can get in or out of the room, and so they're forced to just keep attacking you from around the corner.
Yeah, okay. So they're forced to
disengage and move back.
Yeah. So they're at disadvantage and they cannot have advantage anymore. Okay,
Right.
That's good. That's very good. Good move, Galder. So I only have 2 attacks per turn instead of 3.
Yep.
I mean, they won't take fire damage anymore, but at least at this point, I will accept to have an opportunity attack at disadvantage from them. Because
Just disengage and move back. Don't opportunity attack.
no, I'm moving back because I want to attack at this point.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to just align myself and use a bow to do range on him.
I get it.
Seven does not hit it. Yeah, that's it.
Correct. And they both miss.
All right. So I am done. Now, Galder,
I firebolt the one.
this guy is damaged already.
I firebolt this one because
Okay.
he isn't damaged, and you'll take care of this one.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Unfortunately, your firebolt misses.
I end my turn.
Now they can no longer take shots at you, and although they could eventually get around,
Move the ball,
you know, all of that, it's likely that you guys will be able to finish off the last 3 skeletons, you know, before that happens. So rather than take up more time with a bunch of rolls and everything, we're going to wrap up the combat and say that you guys have finally finished off the skeletons and are now free to look about the crypt before we close the session.
Yeah. So Galder, that was good strategies to use Molder to block him off to give us range attack. That was very good. I'm gonna do an investigation here. Galder, you want to help me to investigate here so I can have advantage on it?
Now that this is done, I just molder down the door and just take my torch and run out with my 120 feet of movement.
Oh, you just get the hell out
The shit I took.
with all the shit you took. All right.
And I flee while
That's it.
crying out. I didn't sign up for this when you said that.
Okay, can you repeat the phrase you just said? That Christoph, repeat the last phrase you said because I missed words.
And I just run out with all the things I took. And
okay, so that's not the last phrase you said, but that was something that seemed funny and I missed it.
He said, okay. He said, you didn't tell me about this when I signed up.
Yeah, so he's going to take all the loot and disappear with it, and that's okay. I'll do investigation, not, at advantage, in fact.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm going to take 5 minutes, okay? I'm going to take time at this point.
Yeah, so as you are looking in the trapdoor, you see that there is a coffin inside there that the vampire spawn has been using as its place to rest. It hides here in the crypt.
Yeah. And that's it? There's nothing else? It was just a hidden coffin?
There might be more, but your investigation roll sucked, so...
And there doesn't seem to be a threat. I'm going to take 10 and do it again.
Yeah, you can take, 10 or 20 or whatever, but you don't find anything more. That doesn't mean that there is something more and you just didn't find it, and it doesn't mean that there was nothing more to find. It just means that you don't find anything. You don't know if there was anything to find or not, though. So.
All right. I'm gonna go back to her corpse, which is headless right now.
Correct.
I'm gonna make sure that the head is well wrapped because I'm gonna have some traveling time.
Okay.
To do. I hope the thief did not run off with the horses, with both of them.
That did run off with none of the horses on feet.
Okay, so he leaves with the horse, so I don't lose the money I put down earlier.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, some of them you can count on them. Those lads, they're not all evil. Han Solos and shit. Okay, any sign, I'm going to do an inspection on her body.
So now that the head has been separated, the body withered away and showed its true age, so it's little more than just skin on bones.
Okay. I'm gonna take a few of those bones. I have a dagger that I use only for that purpose. It's not for combat. It's just a dagger to part of the tools, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take parts of it because parts of one part of a creature uh, is good to craft material, and some of that undead bone also. These bones, I can just grab a few of the small ones just so I can easily grind and do alchemist fire and components stuff for magic,
Sure.
and that's it.
All
Since
right.
all the important loot was taken from from the thief, I'm left with a few things that matter to me, but that's it.
Yep.
I even gave him the friggin' necklace. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Just in case it's tracked or whatever. I was like, no, fuck it.
Yeah. So
I,
as you finish investigating and walk out of the crypt, you see the two horses and think to yourself, well, at least he didn't run off with my down payment on the horses as well.
yeah,
And
exactly.
and as you look out at the bright sky, you think to yourself what more darkness there is lying beneath the surface of the Carpathian nobility. You have come face to face with a monster, and now you know that the nobility of Carpathia are monsters without a doubt. And so, with this newfound knowledge, you don't know exactly what you're going to do, but you are more sure than ever that you must do something.
Yeah. And I will prepare. I will, since I'm playing solo, if it takes 2-3 weeks to prepare,
Yeah.
when they're crafting downtime,
Yeah,
we can just do it in 5 minutes and just say, okay, I'm going to do that now.
of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because the goal is I'm going to be patient. This idiot Aldrich, he said he clearly made it sure that I would not see my wife for a while anyway. And I don't think, if he was going to bid her, he's done it already. If he was going to change her, he's done it already in my mind, pessimistic mind. It's like I'm more into justice and vengeance than recuperating my wife. It would be a motivation, but
yeah, absolutely.
So now my mindset is, I know that piercing, I need a backup weapon that does blunt damage. So maybe I will carry a warhammer also.
Yeah.
Or
a mace.
Yeah, I first had built the character with a warhammer.
Sure.
This is why there's a big square hammer on the
token.
Yeah. And then I figured I'm screwed, because usually, vampire or anything piercing makes the blood flow, so it's perfect.
Yeah,
but if it's skeleton, that's the only single thing that it has resistance to piercing. Well, actually, I will need a magic. Well, my weapon counts as magical because of the right anyway.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's just a lot of thinking. Hey, Chad, thank you for the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say that at the other game, now I know there's undead. I've hired a guy. We did our first session, and I'm about to go into the inn to, get us a night.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is where we draw to a close for this session, and I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching, and as always, everyone, good gaming.